look, I'm letting you know everybody. Before you started wrestling, you were a fan. You was a big fan of me. There you go. So I'm gonna give you one chance, and one chance only. Be the ultimate fan and lay down for your hero.
Lay down? You want me to lay down?
Lay down. Lay down. And then you lay down.
Fine.
Lay down.
I'll lay down. I wasn't fit.
See? That's a good training. That's a good training right there.
Cradle on top, bell has rung and only got two. The confidence of the International Ultra J champion almost bit him in the opening moments of this championship bout. Brad Stutz and Scott Island in the booth. Title is on the line, Scott, between teacher and student. Cedric Alexander defending against the revolutionary Darius Lockhart.
Yes, the CWF Mid-Atlantic fans need to know that this pretty much exemplifies what is the Rising Generations League, where you have established pros battling some of the best up-and-coming superstars that you'll ever run into. One of them being Darius Lockhart, who spent the last 6 months in Great Britain, while Cedric has been spending time with none other than WWE. They haven't seen each other in quite a while, Brad, and we're going to have to see what the changes Darius has made in his game. He seems to be positioning himself in the ring a little differently. We'll see if it matters.
Handshake into the side headlock as Cedric Alexander defends the Pro Wrestling International Ultra J Championship, takes him to the mat. And Darius Lockhart, quick thinking, maneuvers the shoulders to the canvas. Scott Island, they are mentor and... Ooh, good move there from Lockhart. They are mentor and student. But we are going to see in the course of this matchup, what has Darius Lockhart learned in the past 6 months training with some of Britain's finest? What tips and tricks has Cedric Alexander picked up down at the Performance Center competing for the Cruiserweight Classic, the first ever 32-man Cruiserweight tournament brought to you by WWE. That tournament goes all summer long, and Alexander completely confident. But we have already seen in this matchup, if he takes his eyes off the prize, his former student, Lockhart, could shock the world right here on CWF Worldwide.
I can't think of a single wrestler who has gone through more of an improvement over the last 9 months than Darius Lockhart, with the possible exception of the man who's in the ring with right now, Cedric Alexander, who has taken off about 30 pounds and added about 10 pounds of muscle.
He's stretching out the hamstrings as Lockhart, and he slapped his teacher across the face.
Wow, you have to wonder about that. Very good psychological warfare by Lockhart, because Alexander did not anticipate that. He is not used to being shown up like that in the ring. We'll have to see if this gives Darius a little bit of a leg up in the mental game here.
Champ checking his teeth there. They lock up once again. Of course, Lockhart lost in the finals of last year's Rising Generation League tournament to tournament winner Jesse Adler, and it was that loss that sent Lockhart across the pond to learn from some of the greats in the history of British wrestling. Of course, he was originally mentored by Cedric Alexander. Lockhart actually had his very first professional match against Alexander. There wasn't even a wrestling ring. One of the craziest stories you'll ever hear. The story of Darius Lockhart's first match. He has come a long way from that in the past 3 years. And tonight, right here, with CWF Worldwide cameras rolling, he has the opportunity to become International Ultra J champion and really put to use all that international training that he has taken part in the last few months. Alexander goes to the knee.
Well, what you'll have to see, Brad, is that in Britain, you become a master of the underneath style, a very defensive style of wrestling over there. David Taylor, think of him. Think of guys like Steve Regal when they first came out. Very good at pacing and at minimizing damage when you're underneath. And an underneath style, like Darius is right now, he's going to try to minimize the pain, although Cedric is going to make that very difficult as he puts in what looks like a modified calf crusher here on Darius Lockhart.
Quick, cool, and clever is that British style. Strike fast, be quick thinking on your feet, and take the advantage and the opportunity as it comes. And Alexander just slapping his former student and firing away.
And any fondness the two of them had for each other has gone out the window here. And you have to say that the ring positioning is going to be really big, and that's where I think Lockhart has gotten so much better. He always knows where he is now. He used to get lost. Maybe that comes from having your first match not in a wrestling fight. But he's up against the corner now. He needs to get out of there quick. Big chop by Cedric.
You see a lot more in that European style of a big mat base, staying towards the center of the ring, less running of the ropes. Oh, beautiful thinking there from Lockhart, though, using the ropes to his advantage. Cover, two!
He needed that leverage for that back elbow, and he got a 2 count.
Interesting crowd reactions in this one. Neither man would necessarily be categorized as a crowd favorite. However, I think there is some respect from the crowd for Lockhart, who they have seen working hard. They have seen grinding away the past few years here in the Mid-Atlantic Sportatorium, and obviously a ton of respect for the International Ultra J champion Cedric Alexander, who represents the Carolinas everywhere he goes, WWE and beyond.
Well, the science of it all is just what we come to admire. You might think that both of these guys aren't the best in the world. He has a nice jawbreaker.
Try telling Alexander he's not the best in the world.
I wouldn't say that in front of him, trust me. Cover.
About 2 there. Lockhart taking a moment to argue with the official. Should keep his eyes on the champion here.
It's been his weakness going. He lost that match against against Adler last year because he was doing too much job officiating. He's got to remember, he's got to keep his eye on the man, the shot.
Look at the look on the face of the champion. Oh, got him twice.
CWA Ultra J Gold will change your attitude in a hurry.
Absolutely. Pro Wrestling International, the governing body of CWF Mid-Atlantic and dozens of other organizations worldwide. PWIPro.com has got all the information. The champion, quick on his feet, and puts a drop kick right in the mouth of Lockhart. Lockhart flat on his face.
He could have knocked him out with that. His head bounced off the mat there. He's not moving. Cover.
2, a long 2. Lockhart got out of it, but no enthusiasm on the kick out. No oomph behind it.
He was knocked almost senseless by that drop kick. I'm surprised he came to. My goodness. Now Cedric's going to follow up and just start punishing his former student with a shiver.
Rang his bell.
Pull him out, Cedric. 1, 2.
What a chop. A reverse knife edge chop that just caved in his chest.
I'm kidding, stop!
Cedric's toying with him, Brad.
I was doing it. Shut up!
Alexander charges. He's got that concussion on delivery drop kick. Lockhart has trained with Alexander enough to know he had to avoid it. Oh! The spine and the back of the head hit the buckle hard.
Excellent defensive move by Alexander to get Lockhart off of him and to gather his wits about him after he missed that charging drop kick.
Anyone that's ever put together a ring, or anyone that's ever seen a ring being constructed, that's a big metal bolt about the size of a human fist with about 2 inches or so of padding over it. You hit the back of your head on that, it will dim your lights.
I'm going to be surprised if Darius can come back from that. That was a brutal move.
Lockhart sent to the floor. Alexander will win by any means necessary. Count is up to 5, and the champion may be going out to meet him.
He's going to try to teach him a lesson now, Brad. This is going to be a very rough lesson for Darius if Cedric has anything to say about it. What a right hand. What a right hand. He stops the count, and here we go. The lesson continues, Brad Stutz.
Heads up.
Woo! That is the hardest part of the ring. I know that for a fact. Cedric found the hardest part of the ring and dropped Darius right on it.
This crowd very supportive of the man who is representing the Carolinas and Pro Wrestling International in this Cruiserweight Classic as he poses for a photo op for his adoring public.
He just broke the count, too. The referee was up around 7 or 8.
Oh! Alexander fires back. Or excuse me, Lockhart fires back Alexander. Once again, he took his eye off the ball there, man.
Yeah, he's going to have... I think that he's gotten a little lackadaisical in some of the details here today as he's battling somebody who he pretty much raised in the business, if you will. He's counting along with the ref.
Mocking the official.
Cedric gets in at 9 as if just maximizing his break time.
Yeah, the champ is absolutely in the driver's seat here. Cover, forearm across the face.
And a rear chin lock, reverse chin lock, excuse me.
As a great wrestler once said, it's the little things that make people talk about you. And Alexander, just the forearm across the face on that cover, just puts that little bit of extra oomph on it. It aggravates. It doesn't necessarily make it any harder to kick out, but it aggravates. It taunts. It kind of demoralizes your opponent more than anything.
Not only that, Brad, but you'll notice that he also doesn't waste any motion in there. He goes directly to his opponent. He has a game plan. He executes it. He doesn't do a lot of flash. There's not a lot of dash. There's a lot of athleticism, which creates the dash, but it's all got a purpose, and that's why Cedric's been able to elevate himself so high.
Yeah, positively. I think early in his career, even Cedric would tell you, there were times that he was all over the place, just a speedball in the ring, bouncing from spot to spot. He has become much more controlled. He has become much wiser over the years since he has been competing with some of the best in the world at a worldwide level, at a global level. Hold on, pace is quickening. Lockhart spins. He used the ankles to take Alexander to the canvas. Very unique. Alexander hit the canvas hard. Lockhart's got to follow up, though.
Lockhart remembers where he is, but he charges right into the ropes, but hangs on.
Oh, boy. Oh! That rang his bell.
I don't know how he's going to be able to get up after that. He's got every bit, all 200 pounds of force through the foot like he was kicking a 35-yard field goal for the Panthers. It's hometown Charlotte. My goodness.
You busted me open?
Oh, dear.
John Casey, eat your heart out.
No one makes me bleed my own blood.
Oh, dear. Alexander has been lacerated
He's not happy now.
by the revolutionary. Oh, man. Might get violent here. Things might get violent with the Ultra J Championship on the line. Oh, dear.
Cedric is fit to be tied.
Alexander is fired up. Breaks the count so that he can continue. And everyone needs to back out of the way here.
Here he comes.
Alexander, like a bullet train, just flew right into the face of Darius Lockhart, and the champ is done screwing around.
The challengers slumped over like a tackling done, Brad.
Well, they have been toying with that 10 count for a while now. Ooh, huge headbutt. This thing has just become a fight.
They've thrown the rule book and the scientific wrestling out the window.
Only got 2. It was a long 2, though. You know, if you ever play pickup basketball with your friends, ever even just, you know, a game of pool, a game of darts, anything like that, when you're with somebody that you got that relationship with, you got that kinship with, tempers can flare in a heartbeat. Very, very thin line between love and hate, and Darius Lockhart may have crossed it here because the champion has got fire in his eyes.
A little blood on his lip and fire in his eyes for sure. Cedric taunting his former protege. Cedric.
Woohoo! Defiant is the challenger. We have seen Lockhart take some amazing hard hits and keep on coming.
Oh, my goodness. He goes right to the eyes.
A little insult to injury there.
Yeah. Referee checking Lockhart, who's injured.
Alexander hyper-aggressive in the past few moments. Stomps with 200 pounds on the face of the challenger.
I think he's still seeing red. He's a little bit more control than he was when he started. He is still officially on a tantrum here.
He is literally seeing red as the champion. Ah!
Make me bleed, huh? Spit in my face!
Darius is rethinking his career options right now on his back, rolling over. He has taken a lot of punishment. He's still fighting back though, Brad.
Alexander cannot be overconfident. That has been the story of this matchup since literally the opening bell. If Alexander thinks he has got this 100% wrapped up, that's not the case. You never have it 100% in the bag until the final bell rings. There's always a chance anyone can get surprised.
And Darius is fighting like he's got the heart of a lion. Look at him go, and a flying forearm in.
Amazing resiliency on the part of the challenger. But the champion may just be too fast, too strong. He may hit too hard. Anytime you're in there with Alexander, you gotta watch the brain buster. You gotta watch the lumbar check, and you got to watch those concussion drop kicks in the corner.
He's trying to set him up for the lumbar check. I can feel it. Off the ropes goes Lockhart. He's firing back, Brad.
Well, the resiliency in this young man can never be questioned. Win, lose, or draw, he is hanging in there with one of the best in the world, and he's got one of the best in the world on Dream Street right now. Alexander wisely finds a buckle to stay on his feet. Ropes may be the only thing holding him up right now.
Oh, Darius is on a roll now. Irish in the corner. Reverse.
Cedric, went in. Oh, Lockhart, quick thinking. Jumped him on his head. Woo!
Did he get him? Did he get him?
Only two.
Oh.
Lockhart with great body control added a little bit extra to that sunset flip, almost like the code red. He dropped him with a snapping motion on the back of his head. Great body control and great thinking from Lockhart.
Cedric's fighting on instinct now. He is not all the way there at all. He slapped him right across the face.
I don't know if I'd do that.
No.
Just as Alexander cannot be overconfident, neither can Lockhart.
Oh. The European uppercut met with a forearm by Cedric.
Lockhart on his feet, though. Good presence of mind from the challenger.
Oh, big knee lift. He got him.
Alexander wisely going to the floor.
What'd we say about ring positioning,
He
Brad?
cannot lose the title on the floor. He can't get knocked out with a flying knee strike, though.
That's amazing. Darius Lockhart, I haven't seen this kind of stick to it as this from him at all in his RGL days. Now he's back and he seems to have that resiliency that he was missing.
Such a huge opportunity. The word you may be looking for is heart. No pun intended. Lockhart always had the confidence. He did not have the heart to stay with it, to keep moving forward. Oh, man.
He rolled through.
Woo! Dead center of the ring. Two. No, sir. Only two. Alexander does not like it, but it was a clean 2 count.
That was a Michinoku driver, not just a body slam, a Michinoku driver by Cedric Alexander. That usually means curtains, but somehow Darius was able to find a way to kick out. My gosh, the fans are exhausted after watching what has been an excellent display here at RGL night. Look at CWF Worldwide.
Look at Cedric Alexander, the frustration on his face. We have yet to see the really big weapons in his arsenal. Are we about to?
Yeah, he's going for the brainbuster, I think, Brad. Going for the brainbuster. That would be curtains for Darius Lockhart for sure.
Need not take too long, though.
Showboat
there. Gotta love that. For the ladies. Oh, no. Dropped him in the vertical. Gonna string at least 2 of them together. Controlling his opponent is the Ultra J champion.
High angle suplex. He's rolling right through there for a 3rd one.
Well, that knocks the wind out of you. Your back, your spine, your neck, your legs can go numb. That impact, just get driven into that canvas. There's something else for the baby mama. Uh-oh, no.
He blocked it.
Lockhart. Good Lord, they're fighting in a vertical suplex. They're fighting in that front face lock position.
Lockhart got out of it.
Gotta make something happen, though. The challenger's gotta make something happen with every opening. He cannot waste any opening this late in the matchup. He's taking too many hard shots. 540 kick missed. Woo! Clothesline, huge lariat.
It's like a page out of Zane Dawson's book, former champ.
Turn him inside out.
International champ.
Hold on. Lockhart. This one he absolutely learned in Great Britain. Dropped him on his head. Is this it? Cover. 2-2.
a fraction of a second away from history being made here at the Sportatorium on Rising Generations League night in front of the CWF Worldwide audience. Darius Lockhart was about a quarter of a second away from walking away with a shocking upset victory over the champion.
Like you touched on earlier, Scott, this match really epitomizes what the Rising Generation League is all about. The best, not just in the Mid-Atlantic, but the best in the country against the best up-and-comers in the region. And Lockhart, win, lose, or draw, has done himself proud here with worldwide cameras rolling. Alexander, whoa! No, sir. Lockhart is trying to maneuver the champion. The champ is not letting him have it.
European upper.
Whoa! Finally got him. Alexander with the presence of mind to avoid it. Through the ropes, not over, but through. Alexander catches himself. Huge kick.
Then Seguri over the ropes.
Woo!
The ACH flatliner and
Woo! Caught him with the kick. Cover. 2. No, sir. Only 2. The champ. Could be the brainbuster. Boom! Caught him on the knee. Cover. 2.
Darius Lockhart does not know to quit. I would have thought he had given up the ghost long ago, and he's still in it, Brad. This is amazing. One of the best matches I've ever seen Darius Lockhart wrestle, frankly.
Potentially a career-making performance here, and it is not over. Look at the worry on the face of the International Ultra J champion. Will Darius Lockhart make headlines by capturing this championship here tonight?
Darius!
Ooh.
I said, stay there! You're not a man!
Champ is getting frustrated, Scott.
Yep, he has lost his temper once already, and now he's running out of ideas.
Gotta keep your cool.
He had him dead to rights, he thought. But
Become vulnerable when you start getting emotional, when you get off your game plan. You become very vulnerable.
yeah, Cedric is slowing the pace down here. And you don't really see that from the best in the world, as he calls himself.
Trying to just throw some hurting bombs in that corner there.
I love the way that Darius is defending himself. He's playing a very good defensive game. He's striking and moving. He's stringing moves together. He's found a way to get the champion down at least twice, possibly 3 times for a 2.5 count.
Right now he's trapped in that corner.
Now I'm making
Sure
brain
is.
dead. Yeah.
Crush kick, no! Oh, knee strike! Oh, Alexander is still on his feet! Oh, slip pass! Swing and a miss! Lockhart check!
He got it.
Good Lord! Lockhart bounced all the way into the buckle! Concussion kick! Oh man, second lumbar check! Good grief, may have snapped the spine! And the champion retains!
Minutes and 10 seconds. Your winner by pinfall and still your PWI International Ultra Crown Champion, Cedric Alexander.